right now.
All right. Hello, everyone. So I'm going to mute everybody out, except for myself, obviously. Ha, hey, girl, hi. All right. So welcome to our weekly Team Bling training. Thank you all so much for taking time to invest in not only your own selves, but as a team. Because as you all know, we are better together, right? So I love watching how all of you are growing. So first of all, since our last team Zoom, we've had a couple new additions to the team. So I would like to have Jessica and Melissa introduce themselves. So I'm going to unmute you guys one by one and just tell us, who you are, why you joined, and what you're hoping to get out of this business, okay? So Jessica, let's start with you.
Hello.
Tell us who you are, why you joined, and what you want out of this business.
I joined because, well, one, I wanted to try out all the products and then hopefully help everybody else because I know how great they are. And then I just want to get, to the top. I think just like everybody else.
Awesome. So what is your why? Like, what's really going to drive you to really, really push your business and take your business to a whole nother level? You've actually already gotten your first loyal customer. I think you and I did it together on the phone, and I think it was, on your second or third day in the business, you already got your first loyal customer, so whoop, whoop.
Yeah. I really want to pay off, medical bills because, those are so expensive. And then I do actually want to go back to school, so that'll help out a lot.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the team. Everyone give her a
Thank
hello.
you.
We are so excited to have you. Thanks for hopping on. And now I want to switch gears, and I'm going to go over to Miss Melissa. I know she hates to be put on the spot, but she'll be okay for a minute. Melissa, can you hear me? It's not letting me do anything with her. So we'll come back. Melissa, if you can hear me, in the bottom left-hand corner, you should see a microphone button. You can just unclick that so we can hear you. Looks like her screen's frozen up for a minute. So when she hops back on, we'll talk to her. All right. So in the meantime, so what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight is, first of all, for those of you that are not a part of the Team Bling Elites, please do not feel like we are leaving you out. But if you want to be a part of that, please send me a private message and let me know. The Elites is for those who are ready and willing to be in this business 110%, willing to work closely one-on-one with me and my upline. It is a VIP group. We will have weekly Zooms. They will only be about 30 minutes, but we are going to be working closely, myself and Liz, with each one of you that are willing to put in whatever it takes, and to take massive action. And we're going to be giving assignments for you to complete. And again, this is not a requirement, but if you're ready to do this and you're tired of sitting where you're sitting, then the Elites is something you need to consider. So for the rest of you, as Team Bling, I know that summer was kind of cruel. And I know that a lot of people, let's say you're talking to potential distributors, people about the business, and they're saying, you know what, I'm just really busy. I just don't have time for this business. And, if anybody can sympathize with that, I can. That's how I felt in the very beginning, because, I have a full-time daycare in my home, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's a long day. Toddlers running around, getting pooped on, puked on, peed on, whatever. Diamond earrings getting lost, Megan knows what I'm talking about. So I don't have a lot of free time, and that really scared me in the very beginning when I first joined, because I thought, wow, these people that are at the top of the company, and they're making, they're the top income earners in this company, they're able to work this as their full-time job. That's what I want more than anything. I don't want to have to, raise anybody else's kids. I don't want to have to wake up to an alarm clock. That's something that's on my dream board. Well, it hasn't been added yet, but I made the little sticker to go on there. I don't want to have to wake up to an alarm clock, and that might seem small to some people, but that's a huge dream that I want to make come true. I don't want to have to wake up to an alarm clock at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I want to be able to wake up and my body says, you know what, you've had enough sleep. I want to know what it feels like again to not get 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I want to know what it feels like to get 6 or 8. My God, I don't even know what that feels like anymore. So what I want to do is I want to help all of you to be able to, find your niche and understand that this business does take dedication. It does take work. You're not going to pay $99 to join this business and you're going to become rich overnight. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to reap anything. You're not going to reap a harvest. You have to plant seeds if you expect to reap any kind of harvest whatsoever. So at the end of the Zoom, I will announce a challenge that is going to take effect as of tonight, as soon as we're off this Zoom, and the winner will be announced at next week's Zoom. But before I do that, so I was explaining to you guys about, time management and how a lot of people say they don't have time for this business. We're going to come back to that in just a second, because now that we have Melissa on, I'm going to have Melissa introduce herself and her little rap boy, is what we like to call him, and Kaylee, her rap girl. So Melissa, if you could just introduce yourself and just say why you joined this business and what you're hoping what you can get out of this.
Okay. My name is Melissa. I joined this business to make money, and I'm so super excited that my kids are super excited. My son calls himself a rap boy.
Rap girl too.
And I had a lot of doubts at first, but now actually I'm really excited. My kids are excited, and that makes a huge difference. Yes. We're excited.
Awesome.
I'm the rap girl.
Oh, she's a rap girl.
What is your first goal that you would like to accomplish with this business?
To get 4 loyal customers.
Okay, see, now this is what I love. Everybody else, and I'm not judging anyone. I'm not judging you, Melissa, and I'm not judging anyone else on this call, but everybody else was mentioning big, big goals. And what you guys just heard Melissa say, her first goal, she just wants to get her first 4 loyal customers. That speaks volumes to me, because she knows it's going to be one step at a time. So I commend you for that, Melissa, because I know that you're going to get your first 4 loyal customers in no time. And especially with the cutest rap girl and rap boy with you. Hello. Your kids are huge supporters, and I love that. So thank you for sharing. I'm going to mute you back out. And I actually wanted to, tonight, okay, guys, don't go out of the Zoom to go look at the thread right now, because I want us to get through this tonight. Okay, so we were going back to what we were talking about before. I want us to talk about time management and how I'm guilty of doing the same thing and saying, you know what, I don't have time. You get frustrated because you're like, oh, you're seeing all these people having success, and you're like, well, yeah, but they don't have a regular job. They're not, working a regular 9-to-5 job. So of course they have all the time in the world to be on social media all day long and go out and blitz people during the day and go have lunch with people and this and that. And that's how I felt, because I thought, well, I've only got a couple hours every evening, Monday through Friday, and then the weekends. But that's the only time I have to spend with my family. And you know what? Something really spoke volumes to me about a week or 2 ago. And so tonight I wanted to interview Bethany. And here's why. Bethany is not charted for any promotions right now, but she is rocking her business. So Bethany, if you can unmute yourself for me. I'm going to just ask you a few questions. So first of all, if you kind of want to give the short and sweet version of what's been going on in your life, you don't even have to say anything about the business. You just kind of want to give everybody a quick overview of what's been going on in your life.
All right. I have a daughter that is 14 years old. She has cerebral palsy, seizures, mentally retarded, and legally blind. 3 weeks ago, she had another hip surgery, her 4th one, and we have been recovering from that. Today, we went to the surgeon and just found out that we will start doing physical therapy 3 times a week. I have to roll her on each side every 2 hours, and I have to sit her up in a wheelchair.
Did you mention what happened last week?
What happened last week?
Her surgery?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking it was.
I was like, wait a minute.
Flying. I apologize. Time's flying by. For some reason, I was thinking it was just a week ago.
Yeah, no, she spent 3 days in the hospital. It's about an hour and a half drive from my house to the hospital. And we spent from 8 to probably about 6, 7 o'clock in the hospital with her. But ever since she's been home, I leave my house 1 day a week. So.
Okay, and so can you explain to us too, what, can you just kind of tell everyone, I already know, because you and I have, we've talked about all this. Just explain to the team why her recovery is so important and what the big dream thing is that's hopefully gonna happen, that's been put off a few times already.
Her recovery is very important. She was actually approved to have a Make-A-Wish through the Make-A-Wish Foundation in Illinois, to go to Disney World, Universal Studios, and SeaWorld. And we have put it off 3 times due to a surgery last year that she did not recover from, and now this surgery. So we are scheduled for her 16th birthday next year in September. And hoping and praying we make it.
Okay. So obviously we're going to continue to keep her and your family in our prayers. In the meantime, with everything that's been going on, now that's just with your daughter Lexus. You have other children too.
Yes, I have 3 others of my own, and then I have a stepson as well.
And along with your children and busy back to school schedules, you also have a husband who works crazy hours too, and tries to fix things around the house, right?
Correct.
Okay. So my question to you is, I would love for you to explain to the team, with everything that's been going on in your life, you are the one person that probably has the biggest, I don't want to say excuse, but the biggest reason that I wouldn't expect you to be selling any wraps or making any sales or getting any customers. So I would love for you to explain why you've made it a priority to fit it into your everyday life and how you're doing that.
I make it a priority. One, obviously, getting out of debt is a big goal of ours. But, I mean, it's an everyday part of my life because I can sit down in the evening after Lexus is asleep and my other children are asleep, and I can use the apps that, you have talked about, the Buffer app. I have used that. As far as the wraps, I post something about the wraps. I actually got out of my comfort zone and posted a selfie with me and wraps.
I was super excited.
And some people like them. Some people comment. I send them a message like you have suggested when they liked one of our posts, and they've come by, they've bought wraps. I have an aunt in Alabama that actually just bought a wrap. I have an aunt that owns a bridal shop that I dropped off a box of wraps for her to sell in the shop for me.
So when you make a post on Facebook about having the wraps, what's a message, what's an example of one of the messages that you get, and how are you responding to that to get people to buy the wrap from you?
I go to you.
Classic. I love it. But you know what, though? That's a perfect example. As don't ever feel like you're messaging me too much. Don't ever feel like you're bothering me. That is what I'm here for. So, and Bethany's a perfect example of that. Like, take a screenshot of the conversation you're having with someone. And if you don't know how to respond, or maybe you've sent the messages and they're just stopped communicating, you can see that they've read the message, but they're not responding back. Screenshot it to me and I can tell you, like, here, let me make this suggestion and I'll tell you, here's a script idea you can send to them. So as far as it goes, go ahead.
I have a couple people that, I have one in particular that every time I post about a wrap, she comments or, messages me that she would like to try one. And I, message her back and try to set something up for her to come by so we can wrap her. And she reads it and she never responds. And this has happened a few times. But I mean, one of my loyal customers that I have that you noticed that because you and I are both mutual friends with her, she started liking your post and she had asked me previous questions and I signed her as a loyal customer and she bought a full box of wraps from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've signed 3 loyal customers while Alexis has been recovering.
Yep. And you know what? Sometimes that's what we don't understand. A lot of people don't get it, but sometimes when you're going through the hardest time, the busiest time, the biggest struggles of your life, sometimes that's when your business is really going to boom because people start to take notice. And one thing I love too about Bethany, what you've been doing to sell the wraps is, we have that. For those of you that don't know, go to Team Enter, and you'll see it up there in the Files tab. There is something called a hundreds list and a jogger, a memory jogger. Download that, go in there and look at it, okay? Because what that's going to do is that's going to help you add people to your hundreds list. And you know what? That's what Bethany was doing. She was starting to think outside of the box. I love that, Bethany, what you did was that you started thinking about everyone that you know. She's got someone who's got a bridal shop. She's got someone that has a salon. Guess what? Those are awesome, awesome connections to have, because if she gets a box of wraps in there with the hairstylist, that's a whole new network that she's opening up her business to. She can get that person to sign up as a loyal and start ordering a ton of wraps and facials and offer them as add-on services, or she can get them to join her team and just get loyal customers from, ordering the wraps and facials, from trying them once or twice in the salon. Same way with the bridal shop. Bethany and I we've talked about in the past trying to set up something after Lexus is doing better. Setting up a table maybe on one Saturday a month or 2 Saturdays a month where you can go in there from maybe 2 to 4 while the brides are actually in there and give them, let them sample some of the products. Let them see what the dry wrap looks like. Let them, if they're available, heck, let them try a wrap on. Let them put a wrap on right there. Allow them to buy a wrap from you right then and there. Ask them if they have, a bridal party set up and said they can have like a wine and facial night, with a bride and her bridesmaids. So there's all different kinds. Like, in fact, I have actually made a huge contact with my nail guy who left because of some drama. He left his old salon, started his own. And I decided, when I went to his new salon, I said, I think we need to talk business. And he said, you mean about your It Works? And I said, yes. And so we met up the other night and I told him, how he can offer up the wraps and the facials as an add-on service while people are getting their mani-pedis done. And then how he can even offer up, if he becomes a distributor, he can get people to sign up to order the hair, skin, and nails. So that is a huge, huge plus for me, because that is opening up a whole nother network for me. And honestly, I didn't even cross my mind. I've been in business for over 8 months and that never even once crossed my mind until, Bethany was telling me about the bridal shop, and Bethany told me about the hairstylist. And you know what? Even though I see that memory jogger, I just thought, I think I've gone through my warm market. I need to add some more people. And you know what? Bethany's not a leader in this business yet, but you know what? She has the makings of a great leader, and so do all of you. So I want all of you to find someone in our team that you can partner up with. You don't have to message each other every single day, but somebody that you can, just message and say, hey, I had someone send me this message. Can you help me respond? How would you respond? Or whatever. I'm not saying don't send me messages and don't ask me for questions, but you know what? We're better together. And that's how we're going to learn, is by helping each other. So Bethany, real quickly, are you having, emergency with Zoe. That's okay, Megan. Let me know what's going on. Text me later. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically what I would like for us to accomplish is, are you offering up incentives, like to get people to buy the wrap? Are you just selling them for $25?
No, I'm just selling them for $25.
Okay. Have you had anyone on the fence about buying any wraps and you've had to offer an incentive?
No.
Wait a minute, Jessica, don't leave yet. We need a group selfie. Oh, I gotta turn my camera around. Okay, y'all, I don't care if you make a silly face or if you just smile or whatever, but 1, 2, 3. Okay. Aw, look at the kids in the picture, Melissa. I love it. Okay. Bye, Jessica. All right, so thank you, Bethany, for letting me pick your brain for a little bit.
You're welcome.
Okay, so everyone else is muted back out again. Now, I want to tell you guys that I have been watching some videos. I am huge, you know, even with my daycare, I try to take time in between diaper changes, you know, feeding, snacks, nap time, whatever. And I try to really utilize and go back to the basics and just watch a ton of YouTube videos, watch Facebook Live from some of the top leaders. So a couple of things that I have come across in the last couple of days that I wanted to share with you guys was, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you haven't subscribed to John and Liz's YouTube channel, Cami Dempsey, Ashley Walmer, one that I think some of you will get a real big kick out of is, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought, like, as to who I was talking about. Sarah Rankin, that's who. You want somebody that's going to make you laugh. She's real, she's raw. Jenny, I think that she's going to be somebody that you're really going to side with. Like, you're really going to, I don't know. You can really connect with her, I think. I think that that's going to be someone that you're going to get a lot from. Her personality is out there. Her name is Sarah Rankin, Rankin. She's originally from the Ohio area, for those of you that are local. I want to say either Cleveland or Toledo. She's absolutely amazing. She has so much fun. I love listening to her. I love following her on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. She's just a lot of fun. She's real and she's raw and she's honest. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. So there will be some foul language in there some places, but you know, if you're willing to look past that, if you don't curse or whatever, you know, we all kind of curse once in a while, I'm sure. Anyway, so one of the, you know, things that I came across with was, I want you guys to, I know that money is tight for all of you. So I want to give you guys a challenge. And if I forget, somebody please post this in the Team Bling thread for those that had to hop off, please. So here's what I want to challenge you, okay? It is Thursday. So starting now until, let's say 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Central time, until our next Zoom next Thursday night, same time, I want you guys to, every time you get a loyal customer, I want you to send me their ID number, or, you know, like when you sign them up, you can take a screenshot where it has their ID number and their order number or their password or whatever. Send me a screenshot of that. Every time you sign up a loyal customer in the next week, you're going to get an entry. Every time you sign up a distributor, you bring on a distributor, that's 5 entries. Okay? I'm going to see if I can take my computer because I'm not on my phone. And real quickly, somebody was asking about a dream board too. I think it was Jessica, but since we're recording, or maybe it was Jenny. Jenny, was it you? Okay. So we're recording, so you can always go back and look at this again. But mine is like on a huge, mine used to be, actually, give me a second. I'll go grab my first one. Okay, so I literally had to butcher the poor thing to get it off my cabinet door. But I actually have had this taped on the front of my, I guess what you could call my medicine cabinet in the kitchen, where I have all of my daily It Works products. But this is what my first one was. You can print this off from your eSuite or in Team Enter. It's up there in the documents file. So it just says your top 3 dreams, and you can write them out all here. So I had bring my hubby home from his part-time job, check. Pay off credit cards, check. Beach vacay, check. Take my family to Florida. Check. Debt free. Almost. It's like a half check. Not quite yet, but almost. My last one on here, I need to finish paying off debt, and then I want to pay for an all-girls weekend for me and my closest friends. So that was my first dream board. So I was like, you know what? Most of this is crossed off here. I need to make a new one. So I kind of I was like, you know what? I either go big or go home, right? So I did one of these huge like tri-fold cardboard things. I didn't even realize that the Dollar Tree had them for $1, so I thought it was pretty awesome. So I just have all of these on here. Okay, so I know you can't read those, so I'll just read some of them off to you really quickly. So oddly enough, the first one on the left side is to spoil my team. Become a full-time family, meaning both me and my husband be able to retire from our regular jobs and just do It Works as a family. I want to help my team retire. I want to pay off both of our cars in full. I want to do, as a team, I want to be able to have us do Operation Christmas Child. We'll talk about that as Christmas gets a little closer. In fact, that is going to be something of topic probably the end of this month, is talking about what we're going to be doing, what I would like for us to do, and hopefully you guys will all be on board, what we can do to give back at the holiday time this year. Another goal I have on my dream board is to get to conference, which I don't care what it takes. I will be in Florida for conference. If you want to go, it's not February 9th through the 11th, and tickets are normally, I think, $249 or $299, or maybe it's $199. I can't remember, but it's a couple $100, but you still have plenty of time. I don't think, I want to say tickets will probably go on sale October 1st. So, you know, if you got some stuff laying around your house that you don't need, or you totally forgot you had, dust it off, clean it up, sell it. Because I'm telling you right now, when you get to It Works events, it will completely change your business. So some more stuff is double diamond. Of course, that's my big goal. I want to get to double diamond. I want to make $6,000 a month. I want to take my family to Hawaii for a week. I want to give back more. I want more family adventures. I want to help 5 of my teammates go Ruby and Diamond. I want to sponsor a local family at Christmas. I want to be able to quit babysitting. Volunteer more, pray more. I want to go on a missions trip, inspire others to dream again, draw closer to God, lose the last 60 pounds, sponsor a child. I want to hire a maid. Yes, that is probably a really funny one, but I seriously want a maid so bad. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then I want to go on a shopping spree, because I just want to be able to go and just take my It Works debit card and just go. And one of my dream things, and now this is probably a thing in vain, but I really love Jimmy Choo shoes. And I really would love to have flowers delivered. I've never had flowers delivered, so I'd probably pay for like a year worth of getting flowers delivered like once a week. Pay for a maid and go buy me a really cute pair of Jimmy Choo wedges or something. So those are my dream board. There's some selfish things on there. Yeah, I know. Hint, hint, Matt. Yeah. So there are some, like, I don't want to say selfish, but, you know, I didn't make my dream board completely about me. There's some things about me that I want for myself. But if you didn't notice, most of that is things I want for everyone else, you know, because that's just me. I have a giving heart. I have a servant heart. So that's one thing that I would love. If you haven't made a dream board, please do. And you need to put it somewhere, like, you know, like this one. I have it on the front of my cabinet where I see it every single day when I go to open it up to get my greens out every single morning. Otherwise, this big one, this one is right in front of my fireplace where I see it every single day, all day long. So here is the challenge. Let me unplug this. I'm going to take you guys into my kitchen. Let's go on a field trip. Okay? All right, so hopefully I don't lose signal or whatever because I'm moving around. But some of you don't know, I actually just placed a shh, don't tell my husband, a $300 order on itworkstore.com. Oh. Okay, so what I have done is I've actually bought a ton of stuff. So if you guys are broke, if you don't want to spend the money on It Works gear, You guys saw what we did last week. We had a team challenge. Jenny won the $50 shopping spree for the It Works store. Whoop, whoop. So Jenny got, she picked out a really cool It Works water bottle and business cards. So I ordered those for her. And then Jessica actually won. She was our new girl. She had only been in business for 1 day, 2 days, and she won the other challenge. So she got to go with me to a Cincinnati Reds game, and I treated her breakfast, lunch, dinner, and we even went shopping. And I taught her how to blitz. So those are the kinds of things that I want to be able to do, and it doesn't matter if you're local or not. There will always be prizes up, so even if you're not local, there will be prizes for you. It may not be something like, going to something like that with me yet, but when you guys all go double diamond or diamond, then guess what? I'll be willing to travel to you. So I'm going to show you guys a few of the things that we have up for grabs. So every time you get a loyal customer from this week until next week at our next team training, you're going to get 1 entry into the drawing. Every time you bring on a distributor from now until next week at the training, you're going to get 5 entries. And here's some stuff. I'm not going to tell you exactly which ones are up for grabs, but there's a couple gift cards up for grabs. There is an It Works rally towel. So this one is mine. I just wanted to have it out so you guys could see it. So this would be really cute for displays when you go do vendor events or when you do parties. So I have a brand new one here in the package. I got some It Works bracelets. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we have a ton of calendars and planners for the new year. We also have this really cool LED light for your phone or laptop. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I've got some plaques, some inspirational quote plaques, some more magnetic calendars with notepads. I've got tons of clipboards that are going to be all blinged out. So it just depends on if it's a guy or girl that wins them as to how they'll be decorated. We've also got light up cell phone case and wallet. We got a couple of these. They light up when you open them. They're so cute. See it changing? So, oh, sorry. It says Dreamer. Okay, so we have a couple of those. We've also got It Works hats. We have, oh my goodness, what else do we have? Okay, so we've got some of these pens to clip onto your lanyard. We've got some lanyards. Okay. Oh. Okay, so there's a ton more stuff. Everything's falling out of my cabinet. And then I will tell you, I ordered a couple of It Works t-shirts, several water bottles, some catalogs, some Blitz cards. What else? There's 2 gift cards. I'm trying to think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up like a prize wheel. So we'll pick 2 winners every week. And then we will spin, like I'll have my husband do it or I'll have Braylee do the spin. So it's fair, not rigged. So whatever the 2 winners are, we'll do a spin and whatever it lands on, that's what your prize will be. Okay? So there'll be a couple bigger prizes on there. And there will be a $25 check on the up for grabs every week too. So that will be another prize that will be on there as well. So there's lots of prizes up for grabs. And for anyone who promotes this month, I don't care if it's executive, I don't care if it's ruby, I don't care if it's emerald or if it's diamond, whatever. If you promote this month, that means you have to not only be boxed in for it, but you have to have all of your people underneath you have to have a volume of 400, okay? For anyone that does promote and actually hits a promotion this month, you are going to get a check for $100. There's no contest there, okay? That's available for everyone, all right? This is because I know that you guys can do this. You know, you guys are all in. I've seen every single one of you pouring your heart and soul into your businesses, getting out of your comfort zones, doing Facebook Live videos, doing posts, being active in the team threads and on the team pages, and just really, thanks, Desi, and just really being active and being supportive of one another, and that's what I want this team to do. I want this team to be supportive of one another. We are a family. This is our It Works family. Don't ever feel like you can't reach out to me. Don't ever feel like you can't reach out to a sideline. Reach out to each other. There are Facebook Live parties every single week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I am doing the Facebook Live parties the, I don't know, second or third Tuesdays and Thursdays of the month. So I will be doing the Facebook Live parties next Tuesday and Thursday. So if anybody wants to step up and help me with those parties, you are more than welcome. Doesn't mean you have to be local. You can, you can be from afar. That's okay too. And I want to start seeing you guys getting some people on the parties. So if you've got people that, nobody's responding, just say, you know what, we're having a party tonight. Don't just post it on Facebook. Put it in Messenger. Call people. Send people text messages. Invite them. For those that are local here to Columbus, always there is a wrap party at my house every single Friday night. So if you are local to Columbus, you can always invite people to the Fridays, unless I tell you, hey, I have something going on, we can't do the party Friday night at my house. Doesn't mean you guys can't have your own. And just like for Tessie and Jenny, doesn't mean you guys can't have your own parties at your houses. And I can always Zoom in so that, I can help you if you need any help with anything. If you're cool talking about the products, I can talk about the business, or vice versa. But I would definitely suggest, trying to plan to do something like that once a week. Like Tessie, tonight, you rocked it out on the Facebook Live party, so way to go. You did a really great job tonight. I was super proud of you. I love that you had your little assistant. She was adorable. So I just encourage you to reach out to one another. Find someone that you can partner up with, to just say, hey, how are you doing? It doesn't always have to be about the business. It doesn't always have to be about, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Or, oh my gosh, if you just want to, I don't want to say brag, but if you just want to say, oh my gosh, you guys, I just did this. And don't ever feel like you're going to hurt anybody's feelings because you're finding success, because you know what? We all feed off of each other. So feel free to post that in the team thread. Feel free to reach out to a team member. If you see that they're going through something, just reach out to them and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know you're in my thoughts and prayers. Is there anything I can do? Or, if you see someone make a really cool Facebook Live video, or they did a really good job, like they came up with a really creative post, send them a message, let them know. Shout them out on the team page. I would really like to see you guys getting, a little bit more involved on the team page. Just simply by liking and commenting on the things that are being posted in there, because there is a lot of good information in there, and there's going to be a lot more in the next couple of days, because I'm adding a ton more stuff in there. I'm actually going to be, I just got done with our elite training before this one, and I was telling our elite members that there's going to be a lot of stuff added to the Team Bling page. I'm going to be posting I'm going to be posting script ideas for potential customers, potential distributors. I'm going to be posting post ideas for Facebook, Instagram, whatever. So let's say for the greens, I'll post like 3 or 4 different kinds of pictures that you can post for the greens, and then like a different script you can use to put with that. So you guys will have several different options to make posts for the product. So I will try to, I've been working on that the last couple of days, so it may be a few days before I get it all done, but I will be posting little by little. If you haven't already noticed, I did post a new distributor thread. So even if you've been with me for a while, it would probably be beneficial if you went and checked out that new distributor training I posted. There's a few other videos that are posted in there as well. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channels, please do, because like team meetings like this, like say you've missed the last couple team meetings, that's okay. I always record them. Go to the YouTube channel because you can watch them in there. And every team meeting has a little bit of something different in it. I did just do a post, I don't know, probably a week or 2 ago after I did the Downtown Columbus It Works training. Wow, that one, it's called Business Building Tips. You guys need to really check that one out because there's some huge tips in that one. So just utilize your resources. And if you're not sure about a new product, for those that are local, you guys have all been able to try a ton of the products. For those that are not local, at the very least, you could try a wrap. I know Bobby Ann, we've done one. I know Tessie, you use quite a few of the products, and you have quite a few. I know Michelle has used like the Greens Chews, the Confianza, the Relief. Okay, she's got quite a list that she's used. Okay. Jenny's used quite a bit of it. Melissa got to sample a ton of it the other night here at my house. So you guys have products that you can actually give personal testimonies on. Bobby and Chris, you guys have been to my house a couple of times now, so you guys have tried a lot of the products too. Doesn't mean just because you've only tried it once, you've only used the product or tasted it once, you have some type of experience and some type of a testimony from it. How did it make you feel? What did it taste like? What are things that those products can help with? And share that with people. Honestly, I noticed that my business kind of went on a plateau for about a month and a half right before summer. And most people say business slows down in summer. It is not the business that slows down. It's us that slows down because we get too preoccupied with cookouts and camping and, festivals and all that good stuff. Okay, sorry. We have a nasty storm on its way, so my internet has been kind of flaky. So anyway, there's festivals, in the summer, camping, taking kids here and there because kids are home and you want to spend more time with them, and that's totally understandable. But it's not the business that slows. It's us as the distributors that slow because we get preoccupied with other things, and that's okay. That happens. But you know what? My business slowed and plateaued before the summer. And that was because I felt like, I stopped. I wasn't messaging people as much. I wasn't taking the massive action that I was when I first joined. So you know what I did? You know what changed up my entire business and why my business has been exploding? Because I started to take massive action and I went back to the basics. We have a really hard time understanding that I think sometimes it's hard for us to see when we overcomplicate things. So when we go back to the basics and just do what's told, you guys get this in your business builder kit, the party pad, okay? You don't have to divulge anything else than what is on this pad. You read it word for word. It tells you everything you need to say. If they have additional questions, then answer them. When you're messaging out to people and they ask you a question, just simply answer the question that they are asking. I had a really bad habit of telling them way too much because I get so excited because somebody finally wanted to hear about the business or somebody finally wanted to know, gave me a list of their health and wellness issues that they wanted to accomplish. And I was like, yes, awesome. Because I love talking about the products. We love talking about the business because we know that the products work and we're passionate about this business. And sometimes that can not work in our favor. So I literally just went back to the basics. I always start off when I message people with a compliment. And I ask them, how are you doing? I saw the pictures of you and the kids over the weekend. Looks like you had a great time. By the way, I know you've probably seen my post that I've started my own health and wellness business with It Works Global. Have you ever heard of that crazy wrap thing before? And then just leave it that. So I start off with a compliment and I end with a question because then they feel obligated to answer. And then you just let it go from there. And if they say, yeah, I have, but I heard it doesn't work, then you can go into the conversation of saying, well, what do you mean it doesn't work? Were you told how to use it correctly? Were you told that you have to drink water while you have it on and you have to drink half your body weight in ounces of water and all that good stuff? A lot of times they'll say, no one ever told me that. Or they'll say, no, I've never heard of it. Okay. Well, what would you say if I told you that I could wrap, if you wanted to try one, I could wrap you for free? And here's how you can offer that to them. Get them to host a party. If they're willing to host a wrap party, all they have to do is get 3 to 4 people there to pay $25 to put a wrap or a facial on. You can give that host a free wrap or facial. But you don't have to divulge all that information to them right away. Okay, so that's how you're going to get them intrigued, and they're going to be like, wait a minute, what, free? You said free. That caught their attention. They didn't hear anything else that you had to say. So I don't care if you go into detail after that. They're not paying attention to it. They're going to skim over, and they're just going to see that word free, big and bold letters in their eyes. And they're going to know, how do I get it for free? What do I got to do? Okay. So I'm going to challenge you guys, like I said, if you get one, for every one loyal customer you get, that's going to be 1 entry. For every distributor, that's going to be 5 entries. And then 2 random winners will be drawn next week at our team party, and we will spin for the prizes. Also, if you want to see massive results and you want to see your business take off, I'm going to challenge you. There's not going to be a prize here for this, okay? But I'm just going to challenge you to do something that I found that's really worked for me. And here's what that is. If you don't currently use the voice messenger application in Messenger on Facebook, use it. Let people hear your excitement. Let them hear how excited you are and your passion for the products, your passion for the business. And the great thing is that if you're in the middle of recording something and you flub it up, just swipe to the left. Keep holding your thumb down and swipe to the left, and it will delete it, and you can start all over. Okay? You don't know how many oops messages I've sent before until I learned about that little thing a couple of months ago. Yes, exactly, Tessie. It is faster, because I'm telling you right now, my thumbs would have fallen off because I literally send at least 50 messages a day. If you're just on Facebook, try checking out Instagram. Give Instagram a try. Look up those people that I told you to follow on YouTube. You can go to my page. You can go to John and Liz's. You can go to Sarah Rankin. You can go to whatever. Yes, exactly. Don't have to worry about changing the text. So you can check out all those different people, and you can go to Instagram and you can see, Chris, don't worry. I am going to be doing a training video, hopefully in the next week or so, for Instagram. I'm also going to be doing one for Facebook because since now I've done several trainings with the Facebook algorithm, I've noticed that by incorporating certain things, it's really, really amped up business, and I'm getting a heck of a lot more interaction. So I will be sharing some of those. I will be doing, I'll invite you guys. So if you guys want to be on while I record it, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too, but I will record it and then I'll post it to my YouTube channel. So I'll be doing a training video on Facebook, and I'll also be doing one on Instagram. I have no idea how. I got like 3 customers last month from Instagram. And it wasn't until I learned what I was doing was what was drawing those people there. And I really didn't think I was doing anything any different than anyone else. And then somehow, I don't even know what I'm doing, okay? I'm just going to be completely honest. I have no idea what I'm doing on Snapchat, and somehow I got 2 customers last month from Snapchat. I literally signed, I think it was 6 loyal customers last month. Yeah, and 3 or 4 of them were from Snapchat and Instagram. I've never had any hits on there. I've had people message me and say, what's that about? And then they never respond back. For some reason last month, and then I figured out why when I did these other trainings, and I thought, oh, that makes sense now why they're responding. So again, I'll do some trainings on Facebook, and I'll record them, and I'll do one on Instagram too, so you guys can kind of see. But there is some great. Now, Amber Parker has a really, really great video called The Facebook Hustle. Most of that is still relevant, okay? But some of it is not because of the new Facebook algorithms. So it is an awesome, awesome video to help give you a great start and to really revamp your Facebook. But some of that stuff is not relevant anymore. It's not that it's that old of a training video. It's just that Facebook keeps changing their algorithms, so it's a little bit different. But I will let you know what's different when I do my video so that you know. But if in the meantime you want to watch that, if you haven't yet, it's Amber Parker. It's called The Facebook Hustle. Okay? I'm not going to lie. It's I want to say 45 minutes or an hour long, and it probably took me 4 days, I think, to get through it. Because once she told me what to do on my Facebook, I went out of the video, and I went to my Facebook, and I did it. No matter how long it took. And then I went back and I picked back up where she left off. And then whenever she said, okay, now do this, then I went out of the video and I went to my Facebook and I did it. So it did take me about 4 days, but it really, really helped. So be looking for those videos and be working on getting your loyals and your distributors so we can start having some fun and I can start giving out some prizes. So I didn't spend all this money for nothing, right? Okay, so at the end of the month, besides going promoting and getting $100, I'm going to do a couple of extra giveaways as well. So I'm not going to tell you what they're for, but here are some ideas I've got rolling in my head. It's not going to be like who posts the most, but I'm going to give away, I think we're going to start doing a monthly shout out and giving awards out for like the most supportive. So someone that I see is like liking and commenting on everyone on the team's posts, really supporting them, you know, shouting them out on the team page, shouting people out in the thread, helping out people that are helping out with Facebook Live videos and parties, and people that are, you know, offering up advice and posting tips in the team page, just really being a team member. I think I'm going to come up with a couple of words. Liz and I are kind of working on that now. We're kind of collaborating together on what we can put together for that. But I really think, because I love to reward action. It doesn't mean that you have to be like the top income earner on the team this month. It doesn't mean you have to be the one that's brought on the most loyal customers or the most distributors, you know, because I want to reward people for just working their business and just being a team player, you know, because that is what's going to help us to grow. And that's what's going to help to form you as a leader. Because if you guys all want to go diamond, if you all want to go ruby, you're going to be leaders. And if you want to be ready for that, then, you know, take heed and watch, you know, look at Liz's page, look at my page. And, you know, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but, you know, I love to shout people out. I love to congratulate people for little things. And like, you know, interviewing Bethany tonight, you know, she's brought on some loyal customers. She's had a really hard time getting distributors to sign. But you know what? She totally deserved a shout out tonight, because this girl's been working her butt off in the midst of all the chaos and the heartache and the, you know, driving back and forth, and her daughter being, you know, in and out of surgery and therapies and all this other stuff going on. This woman doesn't have much free time at all. And she's still working her business in between all of that. And, you know, getting it out there and really networking and blitzing people. And I'm just so super proud of her. And those are the types of things, you know, that are going to set you apart from the rest. That's what's going to set Team Bling apart from the rest. You know, while everyone else, I don't know if you guys have heard, but we've been on some crazy leadership Zooms lately. And there's been some top leaders in the company that have left our company to go to others because business slowed over the summer and they're not willing to stick it out. And, you know, it's not business. It's us. You know, if we slow down, business slows down. So it's up to us. And you know what? John and Liz want to go triple and presidential diamond. And I want to help them do that, because they have put in 4 long years, long, hard years of struggle and heartache. I mean, look what they just did, you guys. They moved all the way from Minnesota clear across the country to Arizona on faith. They literally drove on faith, not knowing what the future would hold, just knowing that that's where God led them to go. And they're really holding on to their prayers and their faith that God's going to provide for them, you know, and help them to really build their business there in Arizona. And if you think there's not a lot of competition there in Arizona, one of the people in the Millionaires Club in the top 75, I think she's actually in the top 10 income earners, Christina Watts, actually lives in Arizona too. So that's scary, because you know that John and Liz know that that's where she's at. And to know that they're there with the top income earner, it's great support. But it also means she's got a huge network of people there, you know? But think about it. All the Black Diamonds, do you guys know where they're at? Grand Rapids, Michigan. All of the Black Diamonds, that's where they're at. So you can't tell me that you can't make a go of your business. And I love when people say that, well, I think that my area is saturated with networks distributors. Y'all are crazy. Because look at how many Black Diamonds. And you guys know it takes, for a Black Diamond, they have to have $100,000 in commissions for 6 months consecutively in order to be a Black Diamond. And every one of our Black Diamonds is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So it's not the people. It's about massive, massive action and making sure that you're putting this business into every aspect of your life. I don't care if you work a full-time job. I talk to my daycare parents about this stuff all the time. you know, and most of them are customers. And I just have one that just had a baby about 4 weeks ago, and I'm like, let's get a wrap on you. It's time to get a wrap on you. And she's complaining about her stretch marks. I'm like, how about you just I'll give you like a little sample, a couple samples, like a week's worth of a sample of stretch mark cream, and see what you think. You know, it's about sharing the products. So just get out there and just remember that nobody's going to build your business but you. Can they wrap while nursing? No, but they can do anything that goes outside of the body besides the wrap, they can do. They can do a facial. They can do any of the skincare line. They can put the wrap on their feet. They could do that. But they definitely don't want to wrap anywhere on the upper body because all what it's doing is it's drawing the stuff in and it's pulling the toxins in, because you know that we flush the toxins out through our urine. So we definitely don't wrap while they're breastfeeding or while they're pregnant, but they can do anything else that goes outside the body. So any of the, you know, the facial, skincare, any of that stuff. I have heard that the greens are safe, and I would say that they're most definitely safe because they're allergen free, they're, you know, soy free, dairy free, they're vegan, but I always suggest to ask them to show the ingredients list to their doctor to make sure. But I have heard and actually have a couple of people, loyal customers, who have sworn that it helped with their milk production. So that might be something worth, you know, having them ask their doctor if it's okay if they can use. So did you guys have any questions? I know I had asked you guys in the thread if you had any questions or any issues with anything, to write them down so you could ask on the Zoom tonight. Just raise your hand if you have any questions. Any questions? Any thoughts before we get off here? Is there anything that you guys would like to see where you guys are having any issues with maybe sealing the deal with a fence sitter, or not sure about one of the new products or anything? Is there anything that you guys have any questions or thoughts on? Don't everybody scream out at once. Nobody? Come on, Jenny, what are you writing down over there? You got questions, don't you?
I'm taking a lot of notes.
You know what's funny is you remind me of myself, because I am Liz has always called me a good student. Because I'm a huge note taker.
Well, you know what? My memory, so it sucks. I thank my kids for that. So if I don't write it down, I won't remember.
Oh, and you know what? That's a good thing you mentioned that, because I actually have a bunch of lime green notebooks that I've got some Bling things that I'm going to see every time I get on a Zoom. She's got to pop her head in. Say hi, Team Bling. Oh, you couldn't sleep. But I do have a bunch of lime green notebooks, and I have these Bling gems that I'm going to like deck them all out for, so that you guys can use it for like your hundreds list or whatever. So I got all kinds of goodies that I want to send you guys. So I'm ready to spoil my team. So you guys put the work in, and I'm totally ready to spoil you. And when I go double diamond, and I say when, not if, but when I go double diamond, no matter when that is, if it's in a month from now, 3 months from now, whatever, we will have a time where if you're not local, all you have to do is get here, find a way here, and we will have a really fun team building, like a team leadership type retreat. And we'll have a bunch of different activities that we're going to do together as a team that'll be all paid for. You just have to, your food and everything will be paid for. You'll just have to get here. Okay? So anyone else with any last thoughts or questions? Twitter, definitely. Who was that? Tessie, wasn't it? No, Chris. Okay. Instagram, Twitter. Okay. Twitter. The only piece of advice I can give you about Twitter is when you go into Instagram, and like I said, I'll do a training video on Instagram, but when I do Instagram, I actually click on it so it'll post to Tumblr and Twitter for me. So the same post goes to Instagram that goes to Twitter and Tumblr, because I have a whole different audience on Twitter and on Tumblr. So I'm using that's the only reason I'll use that same post on all 3 of those social media sites. But you can click in Instagram to have them post to those other social media sites for you. So I will do a training video on that sometime in the next couple of days to show you guys how to do that. So are you guys all on board, ready to go? You're going to get your LCs so you can get some entries into the drawing next week at the Zoom. Is everybody going to be on the Zoom next Thursday at 9:30? Yeah? Okay.
You need to tell Chris to keep posting on those smoothies.
Why?
Because I'm learning. I'm trying.
You know what? I was going to do one actually too because Chris kind of got the bug in me. I actually use the ProFit, and I don't think I've ever done a video showing how I use the ProFit. So I was thinking about doing one where I make up the protein bites.
Uh-huh.
And then right after I do that, then say, okay, and then now I'm going to make me a protein shake and show you how I make my ProFit shake with this. Because there's one where you can use the vanilla ProFit, the orange flavored greens, almond milk, and I can't remember something else. And it tastes like an orange dreamsicle. It is so good. So, all right, guys. Well, we've been on here for a while. I apologize. I just love doing these Zooms because I love just like, oh my gosh, you guys, I just learned this and I have to share it with you. So remember, we are going to have I don't even know what to call it yet because Liz and I haven't really thought of a name for it yet, but we're going to have some type of awards at the end of the month. So we are watching, Liz and I both, to see who's, really being a team supporter and supporting everybody on the team and shouting people out. And, if it doesn't matter who you want to shout out each other, shout out me. I will be shouting you guys out. Comment. What? You're unmuted, smarty pants.
I said nobody